Yesterday, Brandon Hammond, who played Ahmad in Soul Food, posted a photo of him and Big Mama. And the photo went viral. He was celebrating her birthday. She turned 90 years old.
What a blessing.
What a blessing. Yeah. And in the caption of the photo, he mentioned that he is doing basically a documentary to get the cast back together. So in the original movie of Soul Food, you know, the whole thing is that Ahmad is trying to bring the family back together and for one last Sunday dinner. And that is what he's doing right now. The documentary, I actually spoke to Brandon, and he tells me that the documentary is going to be executive produced by Vivica A. Fox, George Titleman Jr., who was actually one of the writers and director of the original Soul Food, George Tillman Jr., and Bob Title, who is a producer from Soul Food that is also George's partner. And they've been working on this documentary since 2023. Irma Hall, Big Mama, Miss Irma Hall is in the doc. So is Vivica A. Fox, who played Maxine, Michael Beach, who played Miles, Jeffrey Sands. They have a commitment from the entire cast to be a part of this doc.
So that'd be Nia Long, Mekhi Phifer, Vanessa Williams.
Yes.
Now, you were telling me something about the young boy behind the scenes. How come we didn't see him as much as we think we should have? Because he was a huge actor at the time, right?
Yeah, he done Soul Food, Menace to Society, Waiting to Excel, Space Jam, and then he kind of just like fell off the end of the earth. And a lot of people have been asking for years.
Jesus Christ, God damn.
I spoke to him. These are his words, not mine. His words, not mine. He literally, this is the premise of the documentary. A big part of it is people feel like he just went missing,
right?
And they don't know why. And it's because he actually was dealing with a very serious illness. So he has a autoimmune disease. It's a very rare one called Castleman's disease.
Right.
So this disease, it affects his lymph nodes and his like upper airways in his chest. And he said that he had tried to still act, and because it was going so well for him, he was so good at it. But an agent at the time told him that people don't want to see sick kids on TV. So he took a step back to just try and figure some things out. But he wants this documentary to not only be a celebration of the cast and the movie and what it did for storytelling, especially in Chicago, but he also wants to tell his story too about what he struggled with behind the scenes. Right. Yeah, because he couldn't act. And he said also too that he had a few near-death experiences that he never could talk about because he always thought if he could get back to screen, he didn't want that to be the story. But now he's bringing it to the screen with the help of his cast and his family from Soul Food. So
all those rewatchable shows, when you listen to them on podcasts, those rewatchable documentaries, they're great. Like the Where Are They Now shows, incredible, because you remember the nostalgia you felt when you first watched those films back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, are those TV shows.
And that's crazy. They ain't want to see sick kids on TV. We don't mind that. That's everybody's welcome.
Well, we wouldn't know they sick unless they told us.
Right.
Yeah. And that was his thing, is like he just thought he could get under control and not have to tell us and then come back to TV. But it was such a thing that he's been doing other things and just doing things as he can. But right now with this doc, he's actually trying to raise $100,000 for the complete doc. And if you want to support, you can follow them at Sunday Dinner Doc, and they are raising the money via Indiegogo.
Okay.
So, yes. Now, in other news, we have some congratulations to Sin, because One of Them Days is getting a sequel. Now, this is the movie with SZA and Keke Palmer that came from producer Issa Rae.
Did y'all see it?
Yeah.
That movie's funny as hell.
Yeah.
You seen it yet, Jess? You'll like it, Jess.
No, I ain't seen it yet.
You'll like
I
it.
see it.
You'll like it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's on Netflix. And so Variety announced this week that Sony Pictures is going to be bringing it back with TriStar. Now the sequel the sequel of the Issa Rae produced film is in development already, and it's going to be actually using most of the creative team from the original project. It's set to return with a lot of the original cast as well too.
I can see that world. I can see that world as a sequel. Yeah,
I can see it too.
It's like a Friday.
Yeah, it's like a Friday.
I heard it was like Friday.
I seen it on the plane. Next time you fly out, they have it on the plane now as well, so you can watch it on the plane. But it's hilarious.
Made a lot of money too. Made over $50 million at the box office.
Yes, it did.
$14 million budget, I think.
It made $50 million when it premiered in theaters in January 2025.
Dope.
And because of this movie, there was a big call for more Black women-led, like buddy comedies in theaters.
Like you said, it's like a Friday. It's
yes,
like a Friday type of flick.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes. So congratulations to them. And then lastly, in the latest, Halle Berry. Halle Berry got into some trouble back on Mother's Day. Y'all remember the video she posted with her man? She was laid up in bed.
Yep.
Okay, so she posted that video and people were upset. They were upset because she was in her bed with her man and they were talking about a few things. Let's take a listen to the original video.
Showed y'all how my day started, how my Mother's Day started. And now I'm going to tell you about, I'm not going to show you, I'm going to tell you about how my Mother's Day is going to end. Ain't that right, man?
Yes. I wish you'd hurry up, too.
First of all, we got our Let's Spin, because Let's Spin just came out in this cute little travel size. And so since we're in Cannes, France, I traveled with it for the first time. And we're about to give it a spin.
You about to can with Van.
How you mad because she's
So
in
why
bed with
people
her
was
man?
mad at that?
People were upset because she was talking openly about sex. They're saying, should she be talking about this on Mother's Day? Should she be with her kids somewhere? There were a lot of things.
She's in bed with her man promoting
Halle
her
Berry got
product.
kids?
Yes. Huh?
Halle Berry got kids?
That's a good question.
I didn't think
I was
Halle
going to
Berry had
ask
kids.
Google AI, but
She ain't got no kids.
Yeah. I
yeah,
don't think
I'm
she
not
got
for sure
kids.
if her guy, if her man has kids
her
that they,
man has
that
kids.
they,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
her man
even
has kids.
even if so, she made a good point in her response. Let's take a listen to her response.
Well, speaking of motherhood, on Mother's Day, you created a little stir. So there was a reaction, which even caught you a little bit off guard, maybe.
It did, because other women got in their feelings. And was it right for her to be in her bed talking about spinning with her man? Yes. And they were saying, and should she be talking about that on Mother's Day? Shouldn't she be with her kids somewhere? First of all, it's not Kids Day. It's called Mother's Day.
Yes, it is.
Kids Day is every day of the year is Kids Day. That's my day. And if I want to be in bed and spin with my man, then that's what I'm going to do.
And to answer your question, Halle Berry does have kids. She's been a mom since 2008 per People magazine.
So she has two kids.
Yes, she has 2 kids. But yeah, she was promoting her product, and she's been promoting this product forever. It didn't come out of nowhere.
It's KY, right? Or something like that? Some type of lubricant?
It's a lubricant, but it's not it's not called KY.
I mean, I know it's not called KY, but it's a lubricant.
But yes, it's basically that. And remember, we were talking about the whole like menopause, and she was talking about like after menopause things dry up a little bit, and that she's been having these conversations. So it was promotion, and she's happy, and I don't understand why
So what
people
is it?
care.
People think she's too grown for that? They think she's too mature for that? Or they think Halle Berry shouldn't be doing that? Like, what is it? I'm trying to figure out what's the commotion here.
I think people are stupid. I mean, she has 2 kids. It's Mother's Day. She could do Mother's Day how she wants to do Mother's Day. And a lot of times, you know what? Mothers say, you know what? I spend all my time with my kids. I want a day for myself for Mother's Day, and that's fine.
I thought that's what kind of like what happens anyway for everybody.
I'm so mad I didn't know that she had kids.
Yeah,
That's
2 kids. I didn't even know that either.
We never seen them. You know what I mean? I can't say we, but I have never seen them.
She has a daughter and a son.
I like how she talk about sex like she about to go shoot up her ops. She said, I'm going to spin on it. God
That's the name of her product.
I want to. Oh, that's what it's called?
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, but
Damn.
it is fire though.
Hey, I'm going to go spin on it.
It's
You wanna
called
go for a
Let's Spin. Let's Spin. It's an intimacy gel.
Damn. You know what I'm saying? She talking like she got the chopper.
right.
She about to wet up a whole block.
She is.
Okay.
Let's
That
spin
is
on
true.
it.
That is
She's
true.
about to wet up a whole
Y'all
block.
are crazy.
You want to go for a spin? Let me spin on that thing. Spin
Okay.
on that
All
thing.
right.
Hop to it. What did she say?
What else you got, Loren? You done?
No, that's it. I was just
The wrong
wondering
one. The wrong one.
What that woman said? The white
Hop to
woman?
a girl.
Yeah.
if no, I don't got nothing else after that. If they make one for Men Envy, you know, you be saying you need help.
I don't need no help. I'm good.
Okay.
That ain't true. You wrote a book. But you already,
That was a long time
and in the
ago.
book
I
it
was
said-
just trying to
In
say-
the book it said
A long
that you
time
didn't
ago.
make your wife orgasm.
That
for
was a
10
long
years,
time
so
ago.
I'm
That
just
was a
saying.
long time
But you
ago.
wrote about
That
it.
was a long time ago.
But you wrote
I've been
about
with
it.
my wife since
That book
16.
is eternal. That book is going to outlive
That's
you.
all right.
That book is gonna outlive the two.
100 years from now, people are going to be reading that book
That's
saying,
okay.
wow, you
That's
know there
okay.
was a time
That was all right. That's
when men
fine.
couldn't make their women's orgasm.
There was a time back in the day, you know, there was a time when
10 years?
You know what?
Really?
Forget y'all. That's the latest with Loren. When we come back, we got the People's Choice mix. Let's go.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.